for me personally also, or I would assume for actors, it's a dream when you get to explore more and more variety of characters.
Like he said, it's always been there. But maybe today the audience is also more accepting of it, given the kind of films we've seen on OTT for 2 years. There is a goal. There's always been a goal. It keeps changing different phases of my career.
Hey guys, my name is Shravan Shah and today I'm going to be having a conversation with two ऐसे काफी talented people. We have Kartik Aaryan and Kiara Advani in the house. What's up?
Thank you.
A lot of energy has been brought for this because काफी amazing trailer रहा है. Bhool Bhulaiyaa 2 is what we are talking about. Okay. The one thing that I liked about the trailer, okay, is it makes you laugh and gets you spooked. Okay, both at the same time in the right proportion, if I can say that. And if I see both your journeys also, I think it's a genre that none of y'all have tapped into. The last release that you've had was Dhamaka. Very different genre.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you liking the kind of genres now that you're tapping into?
I'm loving it. I mean, for me personally also, or I would assume for actors, it's a dream when you get to explore more and more variety of characters. And I think with Dhamaka also, I try to explore that. I'm thankful to Ram Advani sir also for giving me that opportunity with Dhamaka and thinking about कि ये ऐसा character कर सकता है.
Yeah.
So I'm really loving the fact that directors like him and others as well, they are really giving me those special roles, be it Bhool Bhulaiyaa 2, be it a Freddy or a Dhamaka. They're all varied characters, and I'm loving the fact that they have that belief in me as an actor maybe, and yeah, so I'm just living my dream.
The guy with the Midas touch, the girl with the Midas touch, everything that she's starring in is becoming amazing. She's like, yeah, tell me how.
Don't say that. I didn't say that. No way.
Yeah, tell me more.
No, but even you came from Shersha, okay. What a massive success, okay. Once that happens, okay, and I remember in one of your interviews you had said this, that because of the job that all of y'all are in, okay, when there isn't a project, you go back to your basics, okay, which is acting workshops, dance. Do you still do that?
Now my basics are prepping. Touch wood, we've not been in that zone. But I keep saying I would like to do that. I would totally do that if I got a break. I really haven't, but I hope I don't also. But if I get a month off, I would do that only.
Yeah, but a lot of actors do this,
it's
right?
The best thing to do.
Yeah, because you always go back to your
yourself.
craft and better yourself.
100%.
Do you all ever sit back and watch any of your previous films? Have you all done that?
I mean,
Like
I do.
To speculate, you mean, or like to see what?
To purposely put it on and see it, right?
No, like to purposely put it on and watch it. Dekhte, what did I do back then in this?
I had seen, so it's not a film. मतलब मैंने film नहीं देखी, but मैंने गाना देखा. जैसे I saw the title track right now, and then immediately after that, I went to YouTube and I started googling my earlier songs or something like that, and I just wanted to see myself over there and maybe just for
how much you've grown,
how much I've maybe done to myself, or तो वो देखने के लिए I saw इश्क ना करियो के प्यार का पंचनामा बन गया पट्टा, all that, and I went on a trip कि हाँ ये भी देख लिया.
Let's go down the memory lane and watch everything that we started.
So yeah, वो ऐसा लगा कि हाँ यार बड़ा होता गया हूँ मैं वहाँ से यहाँ तक.
I've done that with scenes. Like certain scenes, like certain big climaxes that
But do you have favorite scenes?
Yeah.
Of course.
Do actors do that? Like, do they have favorite scenes that, hey, this scene was really good and I think I nailed it.
Shersha climax.
Shersha climax for sure.
I felt that.
Yeah.
We've discussed this
for sure. Yeah. That's true. But as actors, again, a decade now in the industry, 2014, so almost a decade. 8 years. Okay. The industry is massively changed, don't you all think that in terms of the content that is being churned out today?
I think it's always been there. मुझे actually मैं इसको थोड़ा सा उल्टा ही समझता हूँ.
Okay.
A good film is a good film. It just has to entertain. And जो promise एक film का trailer करता है, या it has to live up to that expectation. Now be it a thriller, be it a romantic film, or a family entertainment like Bhool Bhulaiyaa 2. Audiences have always been smart. They've always watched things. हमारे पास avenues हमेशा रहे. अभी platforms और आ गए हैं. of course, but doesn't mean कि पहले नहीं देख रहे थे. पहले भी हर Friday, हर Saturday वो फिल्में लग रही थी, लोग जा रहे थे, लोग इंटरनेट पे फिर भी चीज़ें देख रहे थे. So there was always a possibility. Of course, there has been that interconnect between language barrier एक थोड़ा सा कम हुआ है. From past couple of years maybe. वो थोड़ा सा चेंज हुआ है because of platforms we are watching सब तरीके की सब लैंग्वेजेस की फिल्म है. सो आई थिंक दैट हैज़ इंक्रीज्ड, शायद से एक पैलेट, एक टेस्ट डेवलप हो गया और ज़्यादा.
Makes sense. What about you?
No, I agree with him, but just to add to it, I feel like he said, it's always been there. But maybe today the audience is also more accepting of it, given the kind of films they've seen on OTT for 2 years. So I think they're getting into that, you know, those kind of stories and accepting these films. Now we just hope they accept it in cinemas also.
I'm sure they will, because
I think now it's interesting because it's a challenging time for filmmakers, specifically theatrical, like when we're making commercial films, because to get content and the commerce as well as the concept content together, that marriage, because we live in a country which is so diverse that we need to make a child love it as well as an older person, plus people from different demographics and different you know, social strata. So I think it's a challenging task for a filmmaker, the artist, the director, the writers. But that's the fun of it. I think that's what.
I think जैसे अनीस सर ने ये प्रेस कॉन उसमें ट्रेलर लॉन्च में बोला था कि उनकी ऑडियंस बड़ी लुधियाना से लंदन तक की है. तो वो बहुत आई थिंक वी आर लकी कि we have a maker like someone like अनीस बाज़मी सर, जिन्होंने ये ऐसा एक पूरा एक मासी कमर्शियल जोन में
बना लिया है,
ऑलरेडी बनाई ऑलरेडी.
But you know, like you said that if it's a good film, people will appreciate it.
Yeah.
But we've also had a history in Indian cinema where the film was good, but probably people weren't ready for that kind of content. Do you all think if any of your project, which probably didn't work in the past, if it would have released today, do you all think that could have worked? Do you think any of your film, or do you think it did justice to whatever happened to the project? And again, same.
I feel like there were things that would have had to be. I don't feel there's any film that if it didn't work, I feel there were reasons
why it didn't work.
Which should have probably been fixed. I don't think any of them were ahead of its time or anything like that. So actually, no.
What about you?
For me, Akashvani.
Yeah.
I think Akashvani is one film which is really close to my heart, and also Lafzas and Nusrat and all of us. And that is one film which really talked about a subject which was which is like it's got, it didn't get its
due.
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
think so, because that is one film where I still get a lot of mails or messages for that film and for the idea of the film. And yeah, I mean, that is a film जो आज शायद release होती तो और work करती.
Yeah. So another thing that the industry often talks about of late now is become this new term, pan India. Okay. You're already doing a film which is going to be a pan India film. तो सबसे पहली बात, it should be called an Indian film. What is pan India film? क्या होता है? Can we discuss that first? Do you agree to this pan India thing, or it should be just called an Indian film? Yeah.
It should be called an Indian film. We are one country, but then because we have so many different industries within our country which are all doing equally well.
Exactly.
I think that's why the term pan India. Because ऐसा नहीं कि one is larger than the other.
Yeah.
I mean, today, you know, there's Tollywood, Bollywood, whatever those terminologies are, but they're all equally of substance and as big as the other. So yeah.
So talking about the pan India, this thing, one of the things that of late, you know, the films that have released, whether it's RRR, whether it's, you know, KGF, one thing that we've seen, there's a pattern, is this larger than life hero entry, okay, and that is what is getting hooting. Okay, you've laughed, you smiled rather, okay. Do you think is that the kind of content our audience in the Hindi cinema wants to watch?
Considering the numbers, they're enjoying it and they're outstanding films. I mean, it's also the experience that the films gives you more than a larger than life entry. I think the whole experience is larger than life. It makes you, it's a visual spectacle when you watch it. True. So that's why, coming back to what, I mean, this is what I was saying, that just to kind of, tomorrow if we're looking at a theatrical film, you want, it should be just visually, you know, transporting you to another place or another world. Even I don't mean another world, meaning I'm not saying go to a different era, but I'm saying even if you're like Bhool Bhulaiyaa, for instance, the elements, everything that we have in the film, the story,
capture you in the element,
yeah, but it's still, you're still in Rajasthan, you're still in a Haveli. It's very today, where young, like youngsters of today, it's very new age.
Yeah.
But they've at least the attempt has been and the intention has been to make you get lost into this world when you enter the Haveli or when you enter the film.
Yeah.
So I think that's why visually it should be.
I personally love watching such stuff in theaters, in cinema.
The larger than life.
Larger than life, be it the entry shots, be it the songs, be it that. मैं पर्सनली खुद बहुत कमर्शियल हूँ, सोचता भी दिमाग में वही सब हूँ, तो जब वो स्क्रीन पे कोई कर रहा होता है या कुछ ऐसा किसी ने अचीव किया होता है, I really feel like clapping, I feel like hooting, I go to Getty cinemas and so वो सब पर्सनली मुझे पसंद है खुद से. So it's I think I relate to it. I can relate to watching something like that or being a part of something like that also. And be it recently like a KGF or an RRR or a Gangubai for example.
Yeah.
Like how Alia, for example, जैसे Alia की entry पे तालियां बज रही हैं या से.
So it's when she goes cinema.
So you love it when you watch it in cinema. It's cinematic.
I think you also got to see, like your fans in the audience got to see a little bit of that when the first look of Bhool Bhulaiyaa also came, when the doors opened and you just walked out of that. It was that.
I felt it. I mean, when the teaser came out, I personally felt it.
That's me. That's me.
क्योंकि 2 साल से नहीं था कोई theater release नहीं था. So suddenly to watch yourself and feel like that, it felt good.
Yeah.
Again, this question is to both of y'all. I admire the work both of y'all are individually doing. Okay.
साथ में भी अच्छा कर रहे हैं.
But as actors, as individuals, okay. But do both of y'all think that today y'all have come into your own, per se, that you know that, hey, you know, this is where life brought me and this is where I want to go now? Is the vision more clear of the further path? It's a coffee in depth. You have to begin the answer. I like how every time
you look at me,
begin, Kiara.
Is the vision clearer now? I think definitely you come into your own after, you know, so much work and experience of working. You get a sense of where you are, what you bring to the table, what you can do, what your strengths are, what you want to do, what's challenging you. Of course, there is a goal. There's always been a goal. It keeps changing. Different phases of my career had different things that I want to do. But yeah, there is a vision that I'm, you know, I don't know if I'm following it exactly or not, but it's there. It's in my head.
We are manifesting that. We are manifesting that. What about you?
I always want to grow. And success, coming into your own is always relative. I think अगर मैं 4 साल पहले अपने आप को देखूंगा तो मैं उस टाइम सोच रहा था कि मैं यहाँ तक आ जाऊँ. आज मैं सोच रहा हूँ मैं और आगे कहीं जाना चाहूँगा. So it'll always, there's no, basically for me, जो आज तक मेरे लिए वर्क किया है वो ये है, there's no finish line. So I'm not content with every जो भी अभी हो रहा है. You always want that कि यार ये भी हो जाए. So एक extra, you can call me a greedy actor, but that is there. So I want to be that actor who's greedy and who wants to work and prove more and more. So yeah, you come to your own thoda because you get that validation.
But that keeps changing. That keeps changing.
But you want more.
Yeah,
it keeps changing.
The drive hasn't gone.
Which is what I like. This brings us to the final segment of this interview. Okay. It's time for pop quiz by PopXO. Okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to give each of y'all one word. Okay. And you have to say the first word that comes to your mind after that. Okay. So who wants to go first between you?
Him.
Oh, love it. Kartik, words for you. Booth.
Bhulaiyaa.
Bhool Bhulaiyaa. Nice. Katori.
Love.
Okay. Kiara Advani.
Heart.
Heart. Okay. Akshay Kumar.
Fan.
Okay. Shadi.
No time.
Perfect. Kiara, for you.
I don't have the same words.
No, you don't have the same words. Don't worry. You don't have the same words. You don't have the same words. Manjulika.
The OG Vidya Balan.
Oh, because Vidya Balan was the next word.
Because, you know why? Because I can't tell you who it is in this
that's
film.
Fine.
So
that's
why
fine.
I'll be safe.
Vidya Balan was the next
No
word.
reasoning here.
No reasoning.
Nice
reasoning this is. Fashion.
Moody. Yeah. I'm moody with fashion.
Okay.
Depends on my mood.
Kartik Aaryan.
You said heart. So I have to live up to heart.
Heart squared. Heart squared.
Yeah, because K. Heart squared.
Nice. And last one, love.
Happiness.
Perfect. And on that note, we are wrapping this up. All the very best for Bhool Bhulaiyaa 2, guys.
For Bhool Bhulaiyaa.
Bhool Bhulaiyaa. We called it. We call it Bhool Bhulaiyaa now. But thank you so much. All the very best to you all.
Thank you.
Keep killing it like you all do.
Thank you so much. Thank you. This was really good.